The Chat Rat. From viral sensation to global meltdown.
It all happened so fast.
There's a forgotten toy from the 90s. It didn't sell well, it didn't become a meme, but somehow it predicted everything about the internet.
There's a forgotten toy from the 90s. It didn't sell well, it didn't become a meme, but somehow it predicted everything about the internet. The way we talk, the way we argue, the way we overshare, even the weird stuff, especially the weird stuff. This wasn't meant to be a deep dive. I was just cleaning out my childhood closet, but once I started digging, I couldn't stop. So the toy, it's called Chat Rat. Yeah, I know, sounds fake, but it was real. A pocket-sized animatronic rat with giant teeth and weirdly intense eyes. You'd press a button and it would shout random phrases like, "I saw what you posted," "I'm watching you," "Do it for the views." It was supposed to be a joke, a parody of internet chat rooms, but it was 1997. No TikTok, no YouTube, not even Facebook. So how the hell was a plastic rat already mocking influencer culture before it existed? Okay, so I asked around. A few collectors, an old toy blog. The mainstream answer was pretty chill. It was just satire. The internet was new. People were joking about webcams and chat rooms. No big deal. That made sense. End of story, right? But one thing bugged me. ChatRat didn't just parody the 90s internet. It parodied the 2024 internet, and it did it perfectly. There's this one clip in an old commercial. ChatRat is wagging its finger and says, "Cancel me and I'll cancel you." This was in 1997. No one was saying cancel in that way back then. Not on TV, not in print, not in any pop culture I could find. I thought maybe the ad was fake. But no, it aired on Saturday mornings. Kids saw it. Parents complained. One toy reviewer said it felt like being yelled at by the future. Now I was obsessed. I started tracking down the people behind it. And I found them. The creators of ChatRat weren't toy people. They were weirdos. Specifically, 2 performance artists, 1 failed cyberpunk novelist, and a speech therapist who ran an underground voice modulation lab. What even is that? Who does that? They weren't trying to sell toys. They were making fun of the future. They wanted to make something that felt slightly too real. They guessed that if you gave the public a platform, they'd perform, they'd argue, they'd spiral. They even wrote a fake white paper in the box called "The Coming Collapse of Private Thought." It was meant to be absurd, but it wasn't. I couldn't stop thinking about that. We used to laugh at the idea that the internet would become everything. But these weirdos in a garage saw it coming and made a plastic rat about it. I started collecting all the chat rat materials I could find. Advertisements, packaging, developer notes. Someone even uploaded a prototype audio file labeled "For When the World Burns, Final Chat." It said, "You think I'm a joke? I am, but so are you. Good luck." It turns out none of it was prediction. Not really. The creators of ChatRat were just deeply online people. Before being online was mainstream, they weren't prophets. They were nerds with taste. They saw human behavior, amplified through a digital lens. They exaggerated it. And then the world caught up. It wasn't magic. It was insight. They understood that if you give people a stage, they'll dance. If you give them an audience, they'll perform. If you give them silence, they'll still talk. That's what ChatRat was mocking. And now, it feels less like a joke and more like a documentary. So no, ChatRat didn't predict the future, but it understood it. Or at least it understood us. And that might be even scarier. I'm keeping it on my desk now. Not because it's valuable, but because it reminds me that the internet didn't change us, it revealed us. Anyway, if this video randomly disappears, blame the rat. Thanks for watching.